Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic. In today's Build the Deck video, we are going to unveil the community selection for the 5th Oathbreaker deck of the channel, in addition to putting out the options for the corresponding signature spell. What's up, MTG BC? That is the MTG Burgeoning community. Here we are again, ready to unveil your selection of the channel's 5th Oathbreaker. And the winning Planeswalker from last we spoke, it is Oko, Thief of Crowns. 1 green and a blue with ETBs with 4 loyalty counters. We can add 2 loyalty counters to create a food token. We can add 1 loyalty counter and target artifact or creature loses all abilities and becomes a green elk creature with base power toughness 3/3. And if we're fortunate enough to do the big bang ability of taking 5 loyalty counters off of Oko, then we exchange control of target artifact or creature we control and target creature an opponent controls with power 3 or less. The community has spoken, and Oko will be the channel's 5th Oathbreaker. Now we have to decide once more, MTGBC, what will be Oko Thief of Crowns' signature spell. We have 5 options right here. We're shuffling them up right now. We're dealing them face down. There's 2. There's 3. There's number 4. And there is number 5. And just like you selected our 5th Oathbreaker, you will select our 5th signature spell. We have quite a mix here. So let's begin with option 1. MTGBC, it is up to you. What will be Oko's signature spell? Option 1 is Polymorphist's Jest. It is an instant for 1 and 2 blue and reads, until end of turn, each creature target player controls loses all abilities and becomes a blue frog with base power and toughness 1/1. This will sync up very well with Oko's Big Bang ability, as we can swap out one of our artifacts or creatures for a creature that target opponent controls with a power 3 or less. So we can cast Polymorphous Jest from the signature spell zone, and then we can have our pick of any one of our opponent's creatures as long as Oko has enough loyalty on it, and we can swap over maybe a food token or some other much less powerful creature. This is option number 1, Polymorphist's Jest. Option number 2 for Oko's signature spell is Beast Within. 2 and a green, instant speed, destroy target permanent, and its controller gets to create a 3/3 green beast creature token. The versatility of this spell makes it one of my favorites. Love that it was quote-unquote reprinted in Modern Horizons 1 as Generous Gift. Beast Within can destroy any permanent as long as it doesn't have indestructible, protection, hexproof, or shroud. That is your number 2 selection, is Beast Within. Number 3 is Growth Spiral. It's an instance, another one. For green and a blue, we draw a card, and then we may put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. Give us a card to replace casting Growth Spiral, and hopefully play an additional land or a land during one of our opponent's turns. Cantrip and ramp all in one card, all for a mana value of just 2 as a green and a blue. Option number 4 for the MTGBC's consideration, and that's going to be Fierce Guardianship, our 4th instant. It's 2 and a blue, and if we control a commander, in this instance, if we control our Oathbreaker, we may cast the spell without paying its mana cost, and it reads counter target non-creature spell. If Fierce Guardianship is in our signature spell zone and Oko is in play, then we can cast this for nothing on the first time we cast it. Each subsequent cast thereafter, we would have to pay the 2 for the commander tax. That does not go away, but still, casting Fierce Guardianship once for free, then the second time for 2 colorless mana, and then a third time for 4 colorless mana, really will help to protect Oko and our board. Fierce Guardianship is option number 4 for the MTGBC to consider. And our fifth and final option for the signature spell of this Oko Thief of Crowns Oathbreaker deck, that's going to be Lazotep Plating. 5 instants. This is number 5. It's 1 in a blue. We can amass 1 when we cast this spell, and to amass 1, we put a +1/+1 counter on an army we control. If we don't control an army, we create a 0/0 black army creature. Oh, and I just realized that we can't include this spell because it creates a black creature. So I'm just going to have to put this card down for a moment, and I'm going to have to replace it with something else. So let's replace this card that we can no longer use in Lazotep Plating. Sorry about that. Let's replace it with Simic Charm. Simic Charm is an instant for green and a blue, and it's a modal spell. Of course, we can pick one of the following 3. Target creature gets +3/+3 till end of turn. Permanents we control gain hexproof until end of turn, or we can return target creature to its owner's hand. So we're still getting the hexproof that Lazotep Plating would have for our permanents. Doesn't really help us in the realm of hexproof, but it is a viable alternative to Lazotep Plating. So this will be option number 5 for the MTGBC to consider as Oko's signature spell. There you have it. Option 1, Polymorphist's Jest. Option 2, Beast Within. Option 3, Growth Spiral. Option 4, Fierce Guardianship. Option 5, Simic Charm. Let me know your decision in the comments section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.